rather look at you. Weird. What's that? Where'd Piper go? Oh, it's like a blizzard outside.
That was stupid.
The snow?
Yes.
Yeah. Great.
So not cool. Okay.
I gotta see if this works. Yes. Yeah.
Was there a reason this wasn't set on?
What happened?
Was there a reason?
Oh yeah, we were trying to fix it earlier because.
Okay, so.
Actually, see if the new one just went live.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah. Yep, there it is.
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, here it is right here. I just got it to go live, so copy it.
Why is he gunning it?
Because it's Jace.
Oh, hey, Charlotte.
Charlotte's on close-up cam.
Charlotte's on close-up cam.
Oh, somebody already posted. Thank you, Vicky. I was just about to post it. Vicky already did. Oh, I can't undo pin post though because I'm in the wrong. Yeah.
Okay. Someone's gonna have to pass me some hay, and
yep.
I will stuff it into.
I will.
Oh boy.
No, he's locked. Okay, I'm coming to get you. We're gonna move you guys. We're not gonna leave you on Charlotte for now. This is what we mean by floating cam. We can bring you anywhere we want. Say hi, Moo. Say hi. Give him a kiss. Oh, good job, Moo Moo. And then we're gonna put you somewhere where the goats won't chew you. That's a problem we have occasionally with this camera. So that depending on, I'll be there in a minute. Got kids asking for me. I'm gonna clip you right here and let you look down like that for a minute. Well, I just get into the barn. I said I'd be right there. I couldn't hear. I was like, housekeeping. Yeah, I know. I said I'd be right there. I'm on my way. You wait. I don't know if that's you I gave them for a minute because then he could.
Well, I feel like we're playing hide and seek. Like, where are they?
They are behind the.
Yeah, I see them now.
Okay. Move.
It's not the greatest.
No, it's not. I just put them down for a minute. You could try to reach them, maybe. That wasn't a short joke.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't.
I feel like it was.
I know you sound like it was.
Vertically challenged joke going on there for a second. All right, let's see. Oh boy. So the only problem is I can't see what you guys are seeing in real time. There's a 20-second delay, so even on my camera, my TV over there.
Where's Tyler go? He's still struggling with the air compressor? No, he's out there like. Oh,
Lucy.
Then it started riding, and I'm like, so you're not helping me?
Oh my gosh.
So I loaded up and brought it over. Nice out.
Oh yeah, you needed hay.
No. You're so cute.
Yeah, it's a 2x4.
Charlotte. Ooh, big kisses. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You gonna do big kisses too? Oh, you did. Now I have to make sure that the camera doesn't need wiping. Oh, big kisses. Thank you. Thank you. Are we slobbery though now? Oh, big kisses. Okay, let's just wipe that off. Thank you, Sadie. That was fantastic. We're just going to make sure that that's nice and clean. This is a kidding stall in the making. And then Greta's down here. Hi, Greta. Oh, yes, and Piper. We cannot forget you. We can't forget Piper. Piper, where are you going? Piper, where are you going? Oh, and Stella.
Oh, you took them down. Oh my goodness, Piper's climbing the wood. Yep. Did you tell them why all this wood's coming in?
I briefly said that that's kidding 10 in the making.
It'll be a permanent kidding pen.
I said kidding pen in the making.
Yeah. Not, but I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, not a temporary one.
This
Right.
will be permanent. There's no one stay.
I know you're waiting for hay. I know.
I had to get a utensil.
Utensil.
Yeah, scissors.
Scissors.
So I don't carry my knife.
Mhm.
But ask me.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna put you right here. Hopefully you're looking at something. Here, you look down there. Look down there. Oh, Piper, no.
I don't know if you see, I don't know how you want to do this. If you see any come in that are valid,
Yeah, I mean, I guess as soon as we...
answer them.
I'm not sure what they can,
Got some hay here you
what
can
they can
grab.
see here. Yeah.
And move stuff to eat it.
Excuse me for a second.
That wasn't a lot, was it? Hang on.
They're big cake eaters, and she's pregnant, and all she can do is...
Tyler! What you doing? Like getting stuff. Is he stuff?
Hey, boo.
Over on the junior side, you want to grab all that wood and bring it over here? All the wood that I got stuff over.
Where?
Excuse me again. Girls. I don't know how much you'll be able to see if I turn you that way.
I just know you're going to see it from too.
turn you this way. I'm going into Sadie's stall next. Yeah, I'm not right there. Thank you, Sadie. Watch your back when you leave her. She didn't know that. Thank you, Sadie. Did you get credit? Hey, I know she's helping herself to Sadie's, but she needs her own too.
Yeah, I gave her some. Yeah, but I also overflowed Sadie's, so she can have them.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She stole some of Sadie's. Alright, I need hay for.
Yep, I have it up on top over there. I have to grab it and throw it.
Hey, fluff nuggets. They really ate through this today.
Yeah, or piled it under there. That's not too bad.
No way.
Ow.
I don't like chasing after girls. Don't do that, Grace. I just need to feel you. Like,
Did you get her, or do you need to get her?
I need Grace. She's up on her hind leg.
Piper, what are you doing? She like wants to go in there with Sadie. Oh.
Hey, Grace, look. Grace, look, it's a peppermint.
Yeah.
Grace.
Nope. She's like, not right now.
Right. I'm gonna do it right now. Hey, Grace.
She's gonna go. Oh man.
Say bye for utter.
I was gonna say she doesn't look it.
It's 148 days, so I really did want to get some hands on her.
We'll get it when she eats in the morning. I know.
I know. I'd like to know if I can sleep tonight.
What happened?
There's no down there. Alright, forget it.
Just leave her?
Yep.
Yep. You being good?
She's doing her best.
She's trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right, so nothing fancy. We saw a question come in earlier in the week about first and second cut hay. Very high level, simple. What's up?
Yeah, I was gonna say, face this way, I'd rather sit.
Yeah. I'm trying to work that through. Let's see if that'll work. Maybe that'll work.
Yeah, the question is can they hear us?
I don't know. That's a good question.
So
Can you guys hear us?
double thumbs up if you can hear us and see us. If we need to change the volume, we can do that.
Actually, I could log back in. Ooh, getting a commercial. Oh yeah, they can hear us.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, double thumbs up. Thank you, Kim.
Yep, they can definitely hear us. Thumbs up. Yep. All right, perfect.
All right, so Piper shook the whole camera because she's on the milk stand now.
Oh, Piper.
Yeah. I think the biggest question we have this week is going to come down to Poppy and kind of what happened there. I actually need the kids to stop doing that.
Yep.
Because I don't think anybody can hear.
Yep.
What happened to my wrist? Nothing. This is my shirt. Oh yeah, this is my shirt. It has thumb holes. It's the shirt underneath. Actually my jacket has thumb holes too. So nothing's wrong with my wrist. Thanks for asking though. It just keeps my sleeves down. See, you stretch and your sleeves stay in place. So I'm looking at chat up there. So if it looks like I'm looking up to the stars, like, oh, please help me. We're trying to get the kids to stop with the dirt bike and the ATV because we're trying to talk to you guys and the background noise is just a little too much. So it does sound like we might need to change the volume and raise it a little bit, or we'll just move you guys closer. Once Aaron gets back here. Who's that? My laser eyes.
And what?
More soaps. Anyway, thank you for your super chat. Hey,
Yes.
can we just move
The camera.
the whole milk stand can move just a little closer so that, hold on guys, it's gonna get a little loud. And a little bumpy. Oh, how rude.
And it's cold, so this is good.
That was my phone reminding me that we have Q&A tonight.
Yeah.
It is a little cold, but I'm all right right now. Okay, yeah, without the motors, I think it's going to be a little better.
I'd kick them down into the woods, or
Yeah.
they need to stop.
So, I think, like I was saying, the biggest question that we're going to answer tonight is going to be regarding Poppy and what happened with Poppy and kind of our week leading up to what happened with Poppy. Actually, like the last 2 weeks. Okay.
I did. So somebody said they can't hear.
Well,
I just turned the volume up. I did turn it up a little bit.
Yeah.
In the app that we use, I turned it up. So it might have gotten better.
It might have gotten a little better.
And now it might even be better than that. But for some of you, you might have to turn it down.
Yeah.
So try that.
You can always turn down. You can't. It's hard when you're at max volume.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, I think tonight it's safe. It's a safe bet. You gotta be careful with your feet because you're shaking the whole camera with the dogs. Yeah, you can have that because I'm crisscross applesauce now. Ligaments. Moon Charlotte, I really haven't seen much of a difference. Maybe a little bit in Charlotte, and that would be stretching it a little bit. Sadie is like full on. We can barely find him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's safe to get a full night's sleep, but it's definitely
With one eye open.
Yeah. Yeah. So we don't know. I'm not willing to put her 12-hour marker on her. I still feel ligaments. They're hard to feel, but they're still there. So my 12-hour timer is not officially started yet. Okay, Poppy. So, if if you've been around for a while, you kind of know Poppy's story. And I just told like the whole story 2 weeks ago on a Q&A. So if you want to, you can go back to that Q&A. It's like the last half an hour of that Q&A. As far as who Poppy was and what her deal was, as far as like what made her our miracle baby. Poppy would have been 5 years old next month, and she struggled almost her entire life. So every moment we got with Poppy was special. I mean, it was to the point where Dr. Kara has had this conversation with us multiple times about, you know, Liz, as soon as we feel like Poppy is suffering or we just can't manage Poppy anymore, we're going to have to make a hard decision. And Poppy started that decision-making process for us on Wednesday night.
I mean, technically, she might have made it like, I don't know. We just knew
6 months ago, a year ago, we really,
Yeah.
we determined that when the time comes,
Right.
we are not going to try any heroic measures to save Poppy. We knew she was always struggling with, oh no.
Yeah, I'll put them inside if this happens.
Okay, well, it's going to happen.
The dogs are about to lose their mind because they just saw a cat.
Shyla just came from over the hay bales in the loft, and now Stella sees her, and it's only a matter of time before they lose their minds.
This is the fun we can have with portable cam.
Portable cam, watch this.
So Piper, Shyla,
and look at Stella. She's like, I'm going to get the kitty.
and Stella is right here, trying to find her way up the ladder to go get the kitty. Okay, back to your Piper Poppy story.
ADD moment here.
Yep.
Trying to tell.
Can't do that in the studio.
I know. How nice is that we can actually talk about the story from beginning to end
In the studio, because I'm not distracted. Yep, go ahead.
Okay, so we talked about 6 months, a year ago, could have been even 2 years ago, that when the time comes with Poppy, you know, we're not going to do any heroic measures because she's just not a normal, typical, healthy goat. We did anyway, I guess a little bit.
We did.
Thursday night, we probably should have put her down, but she wasn't suffering, and we gave her a bunch of things.
We gave
to
her
help
IV
her.
fluids and everything.
I gave her some IV fluids to get her strength up. We gave her B vitamins. We started her on antibiotics because Dr. Kara told us to. And we gave her pain management because Dr. Kara told us to. She did actually perk up, and she ate some grain, and we made her a hay stall in House of Pie. So on the other side of the fence that you guys watch in House of Pie, we built out of hay bales. We built a square, and Poppy went in it, and we sprinkled it all with hay, and it was very comfortable. And Poppy ate the walls. So did Pie and Billy and Thor. Right. But
she even ate grain that night.
She ate grain that night, and the treatment that we gave her really seemed to perk her back up. And it gave me some hope that she was going to be savable.
I'm just going to jump in. Tracy, Dr. Kara actually said the fox had nothing to do with
Nothing to do with it.
Yep.
We did ask specifically, and she's like, this has absolutely nothing.
That was nothing.
And if I thought that had anything to do with it, you know,
it would
be a completely different story, and we would have to be sending tests off to the state and all that stuff. So,
but it was
absolutely hands down. This was Poppy. This was always going to happen with Poppy. It was just a matter of time. But the fox had nothing to do with it. Ultimately, it was the lack of an immune system for Poppy. She could not fight anything off, and she always struggled with a parasite load. It's why she's gotten green every single day of her life. It's why, you know, she's always out eating green grass. She just requires so many calories just to keep a very thin body. Winter's also the hardest season for older and compromised goats. Animals in general, really. So it's not a huge surprise that this happened in the middle of winter. And, it started.
Okay.
And Dr. Kara did say when I called her and told her Poppy's symptoms, she did say, I've got a couple other farms that stuff like this is happening and we just don't know what it is. And so if it's at your farm, it's very likely that Poppy is going to be the most affected because she has no immune system. Now, I don't want anybody to worry because I don't think what Poppy had was contagious. I think it was, she did have a worm load. We did a fecal exam on her 2 weeks ago when Dr. Kara, actually Dr. Lindsay was here. And that result came back. The unfortunate part was by the time that test came back, Poppy was already too weak to treat her. So we were working with Poppy to try to get her stronger. The medicine that we needed to treat her with and the dosage that we needed to treat her with was going to kill her. So we couldn't treat her, and we were trying to just get her strong enough to be treated, and we never got there. So that was really unfortunate. But it's Poppy, so she fought to the very last second. She did not suffer. We did make the decision. Dr. Kara did help us send little Poppy over to heaven. But yeah,
she's now
she
with
was
Frio.
Extremely comfortable, very peaceful. We got to be with her for hours the night before, hours the next day. We really just didn't do anything other than be with Poppy and make sure that she was comfortable. So we really appreciate everybody's prayers and concerns and outreach of love and support during that time because it was really hard as we were also juggling some things with Jake. So it was one of those, like, I really wish I could curl up in a fetal position and go back to bed and just cry the day away, but I couldn't. So, yeah, it was a rough week.
Yeah. Like I said, she's now with Frio, right behind the barn.
Yeah, we did. I thought for a while there, I thought we were going to send her to the local university to really figure out, okay, we know
she struggled, but what
we know
really
she was
it?
right. We know she was special. We know she had something where she could not.
She's trembling
Because she sees the cat.
Right.
We knew she was immune compromised. We knew she had some physical issues, like with her jaw, that we could never pinpoint despite x-rays and scoping and oral exams and all this stuff. But Dr. Kara was like, listen, they're going to tell you what you already know about Poppy. The cause of death, like we already know what the cause of death was. They're not going to be, it's just not a good system over there, and they're not going to be able to tell you what Poppy's long-term struggles were.
So somebody asked, how are Twix and Billy doing without Poppy?
Yeah,
they're all doing fine.
They're fine. I think
Hunter actually slept in Poppy's spot.
Yeah.
In the barn.
So that afternoon, all day Thursday, Hunter went from here to House of Pie. As we were sitting with Poppy, Hunter came in and sat behind you on the hay bale. Like, he was like up here behind Aaron's head. And I'm like, I have not seen Hunter in this barn, like for any kind of extended, he might walk in by accident or walk through the paddock to get to the other side, but I've not seen him hang out in this barn. And I have a picture actually that I took of Hunter sleeping on top of Poppy's hay fort that we built for her. And then he got up and walked underneath the platform where Poppy always sleeps, and he curled up and he slept there. Hunter's special.
Yeah, Hunter is a little
I think Hunter's very intuitive as a cat. He's super, like, he knows when things are changing in the barns, and he's there. He's like, Angie's like, I think he might be your spirit guide.
Your spirit guide.
No, I'm like, I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Hunter's very special. So, I mean, that's it.
that topic.
That's that. So, again, I mean, thank you for just being there and rooting for us and rooting for Poppy. And I'm sorry she didn't make it. And I feel bad because I have to break that news to you guys. On top of dealing with my own grief, I feel like I bring grief to you guys. But
they could stop watching.
Yeah.
We have to go through it.
They go through it too, though.
Don't.
There's,
I get it.
in a sense,
100%.
you know, they're going through it too. So.
Right. Yep.
You know. So. Okay. The other thing, somebody asked.
First cut,
Why?
second cut question?
Nah, first cut, second cut question. There's a video on
There is a
YouTube
video.
about that. If you go and search, I mean, we'll definitely answer that kind of question once we make the switch over to second cut and go down that road. Maybe in the next couple weeks after kidding season is done, we'll touch upon that question. I really wanted to go over like ligaments and why we talk so much about ligaments this time of year. The ligaments, we are going to need demonstrations. She has no tail.
Demonstration.
She's a bad. Okay, so on a goat, we have a V shape here, right? We've got pin bones that are, they can't see this.
Well, I don't have any other demonstration unless you want me to get Stella.
Okay, but you're not holding her to the camera so
I'm
that.
trying to make it so I can see what the camera's seeing, and we can go like this. You zoom in. There you go. Try that. There you go.
Okay, so we have hip bones up here.
Piper, I know it's your good side.
We have hip bones here. We have pin bones here on a goat. Okay, I know this is a dog. Don't send me any messages saying, you know that's a dog, right? Hip bones, pin bones, and you've got ligaments that attach these two.
Yeah.
Well, they're more narrow on a goat. These two, and they're a little wider on a goat up here. She's a terrible demonstrator.
Mommy's touching you in your...
Okay, and then you've got a ligament that attaches this pin bone to this hip bone, okay? And you'll see me, I'll go like this a lot. So what I'm feeling for are these ligaments that are connecting from these hip bones to the pin bones at the base of the tail. They make like this V,
Yeah.
this V, and I'm feeling these, and I'm almost snapping my fingers over them when they're real tight. They feel like pencils, or even like a really tight rubber band. And so I'm feeling for those, and you'll notice on the cams the differences right now between some of our girls that are still in Gen Pop and some of our girls that are in their kidding stalls. You'll actually see their tails, you'll see like indentations because their tails are raising, those ligaments are lengthening, and you're getting this raise, this ability for the tail to raise in the back because it is making, the spine is literally raising so that it's creating a bigger cavity for the birth in the birth canal
for the goat to come out like this,
so the baby goat can come out. Otherwise, things are real tight in there normally, and everything loosens once labor is imminent. So those ligaments go from these really tight rubber bands or pencils where you can snap your fingers over them to almost like this mushy feeling in the back of the tail, where you feel all of this extra. It's not tight anymore. It's just very much a looser texture back there. But I'm still having to take my fingers and find those ligaments. So once they get to a point where they're gone, that's when I'm like, no sleep tonight. And the 12-hour window starts. So that 12-hour window is from the time I notice that their ligaments are gone. They're not really gone. I just can't feel them because they're so loose. But I'll say gone. Just that's the terminology I'll use. The ligaments are gone, and that's when the 12-hour window starts.
and she's pretty accurate.
And yeah, I don't think we've ever.
100%.
I don't think we've ever had a moment where I called the 12-hour window and the goat did not perform. But yeah, labor is within that 12-hour window once ligaments are gone.
And while you're talking about that, we do have I think there's a lot of people in here that may be new. We do have a free text alert system you can join. Do you have that number?
860-609-6595, and then text that number, text babies22, no space, so BABIES 22 to 860-609.
Right there, I just put it up, right?
6595.
860-609-6595, and then BABIES22.
Yep.
Send that to there. You'll be in the text.
That's the text alert for labor. So that text can come in at 2 in the morning, 5 in the morning,
Anytime.
11 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 24/7. So if you don't want to be woken up, then don't sign up for that alert.
But if you want to be a part of that text thread and don't want the baby's alert, just text the word hi or something.
Yeah, you can still be in the text alert. We do send out other cutesy things. We try to send out some birthday and like happy birthday stuff. But everything that is sent there is sent from either myself or Aaron.
Yeah.
It's not an automatic thing. So
if you get a happy birthday message, one of us literally typed it.
We can't schedule posts. It's not like, it's always going to be us.
It's meant to be as close to human interaction as possible.
So yeah, ligaments is super important. We're also looking for udder development during this time too. So certain girls started working on filling their udders with colostrum weeks ago. Charlotte started weeks ago. Moo started weeks ago. Sadie did as well. And as they get closer to kidding, that udder is actually going to get super full, like really full, really tight. And most of our moms here are seasoned moms, like they know what to do. And so while I would say their udders are filling, they are not filled. And right now it's colostrum, so it's not true milk. It is the super powerful, nutrient-rich vitamins and minerals and nutrients that the babies need during those first 24 hours. It's loaded with antibodies that the mom is making to help kickstart the baby's immune system. It is full of sugars that keep the baby's energies and blood sugars high enough so that when they're bouncing around and all that, energy that was taken during labor and delivery, mom's putting it right back into the baby. So it is liquid gold, literally. So
you ready?
That's what moms are producing and filling right now. So they need more time for that. Sadie.
Has Sadie ever given birth during the day? Because the last time she had her twins in the middle of the night.
Once.
Yeah. Piper's right down there.
Stella.
Okay.
Stella's
down there.
Piper just jumped out. It's now shaking.
Now shaking, you guys.
Yeah, I think Sadie was part of that 3 goats in a half an hour.
Yeah, she might have been.
It was a La Mancha party. I remember that much.
Right, Liz. Are ligaments like being effaced and dilated?
Yes. More so, I would say more so effaced than dilated. Because they do dilate on their own. They do have a cervix that does need to dilate, but obviously that's up inside. And we're not going to go inside unless it's absolutely necessary.
Right.
So it's more like effacement, even though I know effacement is like the thinning.
Yeah.
Or is it thin? No, that's dilating.
That dilating's the thinning.
Yeah, but it's all has to be. Yeah, it's
but
effacing and dilating is all the cervix in humans.
Yeah,
so I'm trying to think.
Close, but a little different.
I'm trying to think what would be the most comparable, but I'm thinking it's effacing. Because dilating goats do in those terms.
So somebody just said, question, why is it important to get the babies to eat soon after birth?
Mm-hmm. Well, they're burning through, first of all, the colostrum, like I was saying, is full of antibodies. So they need the antibodies to kickstart their immune system. The moment they hit the ground, their bodies are being bombarded with a bunch of bacteria that is just normally found on planet Earth that they've never been exposed to before. So they need that, and their umbilical cord is open, so we want to make sure like that gets sprayed. But the colostrum carries antibodies that you definitely want. It also carries just so much sugars to replenish their bodies. They are no longer attached to this umbilical cord that supplies them with everything they need to grow. And now it needs to kickstart their own digestive systems. And it's the miracle of colostrum. Human babies need it to just, when when Jake was born, he was a little jaundiced, and they were like, colostrum, feed him, because it helps just flush out your system, one, but it also keeps him awake and energized. So baby goats require a lot of calories, and colostrum is just super high, rich calories.
How do you know when the colostrum switches over to milk?
There will be a color change in the colostrum. So colostrum can last between a couple hours, depending on how hungry the babies are, to a couple days. And the only way to know is to take some from mom and see if it's yellow. It's got this rich golden yellow color, and it's a different consistency. It's thicker. And then the milk turns over to a traditional milky white color. So, but that's a good question, because every goat is different too.
How is Giovanni doing?
G's good. I mean, he's
doing better than Piper.
Doing better than Piper. Big naughty. Yeah, Giovanni's good. He's getting his grain and his meds. He's taking them every morning. He's not eating around them like some goats I know.
Yeah,
and yeah, I mean, he's getting breakfast in bed. We've made a couple modifications. He's not being fed out of his hay feeder anymore. Right. He's just, his back legs are just...
Today he was actually happy at his hay feeder this morning.
Yeah.
So he ate there, but tonight they gave it to him in his house.
I noticed that he's just a little slower to be able, or hesitant to get up on his back legs. Yeah. So I was like, no, breakfast in bed for you from now on. But in the summertime, when it's not so cold and there's not so much going on, like weather-wise, he might be a little happier to eat at the hay feeder.
Yep. If the moderators can drop this camera link into the other two cams, that'd be great, because it looks like some people still having trouble finding us over here. There was a question about Sadie going early. Basically, ultimately, why is it so bad if Sadie goes before Monday? And then the second part was, like, have you ever had goats go that early?
I'm not going to answer the second one because of what happened the last two times. I said, oh, this has never happened before.
Right.
And the very next day it happened. But Sadie, this is normal for Sadie. But in the terms of, like, goat development, just like in babies, the last thing to develop are their lungs. So the more time they spend in utero, the stronger their lungs will be. And some babies, that development might literally be finished by their due date. And if you're born 5 days before that, you might have trouble breathing. I have just recently been talking with somebody who also raises goats, and his doe last year had her twins 12 days before her due date.
Perfectly fine.
And the babies were fine. Yeah. And so I don't know if maybe that goat got bred a little earlier or what happened, but that's not common for babies to be fine prior to the 5-day mark. And I know somebody had said,
oh yeah, that was the question.
Somebody had written in about, like, well, I had my daughter at like 37 and a half weeks pregnant, and you know, she was fully fine and everything. Well, that goes back to like every baby, every species, whatever. They develop at different rates, and when they're done, they're done. Right. And it can be safe, but I mean, in goats,
but there's really a standard practice that most doctors, even in humans, would like to get to before.
Yeah, 38 weeks.
38 is like that golden standard.
Right. Well, 5 days.
Right. Goats is 5 days.
Anything prior, anything prior to 145 days is considered preterm. Right. And you know, you think about preterm, and you're thinking about small size, difficulty with regulating your body temperature, underdeveloped lungs. There's a whole slew of things that we really would rather not have to deal with. So we do hope that Sadie, cross your hopes. She's pretty good. I mean, the 1 year she literally went at, like, she wasn't even technically 145 days if we go by the hour, because it was 145 days, but when I look back at like what time of day she was bred, it was not 145 days. So, but calendar wise, it was. So she has gone as early as 145 days.
Why do you give moms molasses after they have babies?
The molasses is like having that hot cup of tea or cocoa after you come in from sledding or skiing. It helps warm your bones. It helps energize all the energy you just, expelled, expended, whatever. And it's a nice warm drink for them.
Right.
It helps energize all of those.
Woohoo! Sorry, we had 600 people watching.
Oh wow!
That was a emotional outburst.
Wow. Sorry. Somebody is like, "Ooh, apparently it didn't need my
apparently
volume.
Apparently the volume's too loud." Yeah. Okay. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So the molasses water is really to help replenish their energy, calories. It's like having some sugar water. It's and it's really yummy. It's a sweet treat. So we like to spoil our goats around here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with us. If you're new, hey. Yeah. But yeah, our goats are. I know they can do this all on their own. Like somebody's like, they can have them out in the field, right? I was like, yes, I do know this.
Yeah, but do you know the death rate's like 50%?
Right. The mortality rate is higher than I would want. So we do things the way that help us sleep at night, and I don't knock anybody else who does it differently. This is just how we do it.
Yep. So 2 questions. Yeah. I'm going to cover one. What's going on with Greta this season, and can you give her a treat? Definitely not getting a treat for being a brat.
I am not.
And we're not. We can't. So goats are just like dogs, in the theory that you reward good behavior, you don't reward bad behavior. They are very much creatures of habit. If you notice in the morning when we feed them, if we can get 3 or 4 out, they go right to the stands. Most of them, 80 doesn't, but she's learning. She's young. But they are creatures of habit. Mm-hmm. So if we feed them for being stupid, they'll continue to be stupid, and we don't want that. So we're trying to fix stupid, but that can't happen. So,
some things are unfixable.
No, she can't get a treat. I think it's all just hormone related. Full moon, who knows?
She did seem to calm down there for a minute
she did.
After the full moon, but I saw something pop up real quick on the cam about how do you know if a mom is pregnant with one baby or more than one baby. So in November...
This goes back to we do things different.
Yeah, we do things a little differently. So for the newbies that have just found our channel...
please subscribe.
Yeah, that'd be great,
That'd be great. And then, one thing before you get into that ultrasound thing, because this will go there. If you want to watch the videos about the stuff we're talking about, like ultrasounds and certain things, they're going to be on a different channel, which is right there. And that link. So this channel is all live videos. That link I just dropped is anything recorded over the last year because we just made that switch. So yeah.
So as far as how do you tell if mom's having more than one baby, in November, when they are about, say, 45 days into their pregnancies, they haven't come back into heat, which is a signal like, she's probably pregnant. And at around 45 to 50 days, really around 45 days, is the ideal time where the babies are big enough where you can see them, but they're not too big that, like, the brother or the sister is blocking another one, so you can count how many babies there are. It's not like in human ultrasounds. It's not super clear. It's not really super accurate. I have a feeling that Deandra is definitely not carrying quadruplets, as she was ultrasounded to have. I'll be surprised if she has twins. Like, I'm like really, I don't know about Deandra. But yeah, so we ultrasound them at around 45 days pregnant, and we get a generalized idea as to how many babies are in there. Sadie was ultrasounded as having one baby, which would be really unusual for her. What, our fly tape?
Somebody asked, what's that green thing hanging behind you?
Fly trap.
That is huge fly trap. It's like a foot wide and like 30 feet long. So you pull 2 feet out.
We probably should have planned where we sat.
We should have planned a little better.
This is my stack of towels for the babies.
Pretty clean white towels that you amazing villagers have sent to us.
Thank you. We have plenty.
Plenty of towels.
Thank you so much.
I could wash my car after kidding season.
No, we will put them in a safe spot for next year.
We will probably go through most, if not all of these.
There's a lot of babies. We use a lot of towels.
There are 2 things. There's a lot of babies. We use a lot of towels. Just like in a hospital, you don't want to be like, no, you can't use that much gauze. The person's dying and you're only allowed 12 gauze and you used 15. You can't do that. So when the babies start coming, it's like, towel, this one's dirty, cold and wet, frozen. I need another because they freeze. I need another one. And then you almost can't run them through the wash.
Well, especially when they're frozen.
Because they're well, you could run them through frozen, but when there's so much hay, we've run them through the wash before and the hay doesn't come out because the hay sticks.
Were different towels.
Yeah. So
we didn't get those towels.
Needless to say, we'll probably use most of it. I know we don't need more.
No, not
because we have to actually have 3 more packages that you don't see.
Kathy.
So don't pay attention to this.
Kathy did her.
Kathy did her thing again.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
We say it like it's a bad thing.
See it.
Well,
because that's all blurry. I can't. Yeah.
Thank you, Kathy. She said whatever you guys need for kidding season.
Yeah,
for
pizza,
the goats.
Chinese food.
Yeah,
probably
food.
Who knows?
Thank you, Kathy. Appreciate
sleep.
it. You can't buy sleep. I tried buying a new back one time. That didn't work either. No.
So
Amazon has a lot of things, but a brand new back, they don't have that. I
don't know what you were talking about before the green question popped up. That was a funny question.
Ultrasounds.
Yes, ultrasounds. We do ultrasounds.
So yes, we ultrasound, and we get a general idea about how many babies are in there, and that helps us keep an eye on certain girls so that we know Chanel probably shouldn't have that much food. She's got 1 baby. It's the first time she's ever had a pregnancy, so we want to make sure the baby doesn't get too big, especially with a singleton. And she's not full size yet. She's a 2-year-old or almost.
Whoa,
wow,
you almost jumped.
She's almost a 2-year-old. And so, yeah, I'm hoping her baby stays a little smaller, but that's not in her DNA, so cross our fingers.
So I can't remember last year, but when Greta pooped out her babies last year and they were so small,
yes,
were they premature?
No.
No.
And that was the scary part, was that Greta was very much due. She was even, I'd have to go back and look at my notes to see what day. Due. But she was over her due date last year, and her babies were still micro. But they very much acted like premature kids. Kidding season notes. Let's go back to last year.
Is there a time that you worry?
She was 154 days.
54, so she was 4 days over. And that brings me to this question. LA asks.
So then you can, hold on, because then you can imagine if they were 145 days.
Right.
That's 10 days.
10 days smaller. Oh my gosh, the cat.
And Lily was like 3.4 pounds.
Here, this thing is going to hurt my glasses. Okay, so the question was from LA. Is there a time where you worry if they go too long?
Yes.
And the answer is yes. They need to get out of the oven.
Yeah, they can overbake.
They can overbake.
Last year was our first time? Second time? Second time inducing a mom. Rainy was 8 days overdue.
Yeah, at about that 5, 6, 7 days overdue is when we start.
Let's see what Rainy was. Yeah, she finally gave birth at 157 days.
No, you're not chasing the cat.
And her buckling was 9.7 pounds. So that kind of goes, that's a big baby. So that kind of goes along the lines of like if she were having twins, she was ultrasounded as having 1. So we knew she had 1 baby in there, which made me concerned because all of those nutrients are going to feeding 1 baby instead of being divided into 2. And now you've got 2 twins that are 8 pounds is better than 1 baby that's 10 pounds, you know?
Yeah. So 2 quick things. Yes, we only use all white towels, mainly because when we attempt to wash them, we can bleach them. And yeah, I wouldn't want dyes and all that coloring. There's no reason for that. And they're cheaper. And then Buffalo, New York needs your Swanky Fire barbecue sauce back. Now, we don't have Swanky Fire out yet.
Yeah.
We're hoping to launch that in March, but it's probably not going to happen. So we'll see. But it's coming soon, very limited supply. The other 2 Swankies are still in stock, but we are having a shortage on an ingredient. But I did just find out yesterday or today that the ingredient's been located. So we should be fine.
Miss B asked, was Roman the biggest baby to be born? So prior to last kidding season, yes, Roman was actually a triplet, and he was in the like 9'6" range. Or no, not 9'6". What was Roman? That was last year. Roman. Oh, I was right. It was 9'6". Roman was 9.6 pounds. At the time, he was the biggest baby we had ever had born here, and he was one of triplets.
Right.
And his sisters, well, we never weighed Nevaeh. No, we did weigh Nevaeh. Jules was 6'2", Roman was 9'6", Nevaeh was like 7 something. And at the time, that was a record for the farm, 9.6 pounds. Not 9 pounds, 6 ounces, it was 9.6 because of the way that our scale goes.
Yep.
At the time, he was the largest baby ever born at the farm until Moo, Roman's mom, had last year's twins, and she had Gunter, who weighed in at 10.2 pounds. So 10.2 pounds is our farm record as the largest baby, and 3.5 pounds is the farm record for the smallest baby, which we're not going to talk about.
We don't want to break either
breaking.
one. We don't want to break either one.
Okay.
Yes.
We're not talking about this.
Yep.
Because everything is fine.
So 2 quick questions here. How's Jake? You know, he's adjusting. He spent 38 days with no internet, and his favorite YouTuber posted 40 videos while he was gone.
Yeah.
So
He's catching
just
up.
think about that. You know, you guys live on YouTube with some of us. If I had 38 videos to watch, you'd be pretty busy.
Yeah. So for the new people, we have 4 kids. I say that like it's a bad thing. We have 4 kids.
Technically 5.
Technically 5. You'll see Jace is here almost every weekend.
Almost every weekend.
He's our 5th child. He actually used to live here with his mom. That's a long story. You can watch the videos. But yeah, we have 4 kids, and Jake is our oldest, and we're very open about the process that we're going through with him, with his permission. Obviously, we don't want to overshare anything, but he struggles with his mental health. And he's, in the last 4 years that we've been on YouTube, we've shared his journey.
He has openly agreed to share his journey.
Yep. He started struggling since we've started YouTube.
Oh, it was pre that. Yes.
Well, a little bit.
Yeah.
If you go back pre-live, yes.
Yes.
But once we started going live, anyway. But yeah, he just we made the decision back in October, November timeframe that he would really benefit from a higher level of care, and we found a residential program for him, and he was accepted in January 11th. We drove him to his treatment center, and he spent 38 days there. We just picked him up last night. So he's doing well. He has definitely grown a lot, and but there's an adjustment too.
Yeah.
So he has this week home with us. It's winter break, and then life is going to start back up.
Yeah, back to school and all that.
Yeah.
Yep. Somebody wrote, villagers are awesome, which I would have to agree. How nice they sent all those towels. So that leads me to the next question. Val NC, Aaron, did you get your delivery? And no, it's not healthy. Ha ha ha. She laughed at us.
Because she was the one that sent us the fruit basket last time, which I really liked.
Fruit basket last time, like real fruit, not chocolate covered fruit.
Right.
Because somebody
But
did
then we
say,
complained about like, well,
we
where's
didn't
the
complain.
chocolate? No, I just said like, well, where's the chocolate?
Right.
So like as much as
They're chasing the cat. Oh
love
my
the
goodness.
healthy snacks.
Yeah.
I am a sucker for chocolate.
Right. So then somebody else,
But
and I'm
thank
sorry
you.
I can't find her name, asked if we got the package, and
Yes,
we
there
did.
was another. Oh my gosh! So Olivia's so funny. So we've gotten a couple edible arrangements in the last couple weeks. Thank you for those who sent some poppy stuff, and
they last like 10 minutes.
10 seconds. Like it is.
Especially like if Jace is here and it's a weekend.
Yeah. Well, even just Quinn and Livy.
Oh,
I don't
Quinn
know.
and Livy, eat all
We
the,
have friends
they're
of ours.
fruitaholics.
Yes, we have friends of ours who come over with fruit trays for Quinn and Olivia because
They'll eat that for dinner.
the whole thing, yeah. In the summertime, fruit tray. For Super Bowl, we went grocery shopping.
Yep.
And we got a fruit tray. And this cute little old lady was like, "Oh, is that for the Super Bowl?" And I was like,
No, it's for
"No,
these.
it's for my kids.
It's for these two.
It's for these two. They love fruit, and
Yeah.
I'm too lazy to cut it up. So here you go."
Yeah, sorry if I'm missing some questions. I'm just scrolling through trying to find some.
Yes. No, I love the unhealthy stuff because I won't buy it for myself. So then it's like, I don't know. It's just like
It's a guilty pleasure.
it is.
Yep.
It is.
Yep. I need less
I
unhealthy
just had some
stuff.
chocolate covered graham crackers before I came out here. Like
Oh,
that was my dinner.
Yep.
And I didn't even really need them. I wasn't.
Just so you know, Emma is looking for a new shoulder, and she looked on Amazon. They don't have.
They
that.
don't have shoulders
But
either.
now people in chat are saying Aaron's good with a drill. He can fix it.
Oh no.
Yeah, no. I am not fixing anyone's
Step
children
away from the drill.
from the drill.
Nope. Thank
Do
you.
you plan on keeping any babies? We don't talk about that.
Can I tell them something?
So hang on.
Okay.
Somebody else asked, do you have any forever homes for some of the babies? I would have to say this year we have the longest waiting list we've ever had. So these babies are going to be perfectly happy in their new fancy homes, not here.
We have some Scout's mom is looking for a girlfriend for Scout.
Yep.
So that Scout can be a boy or can be a boyfriend and a daddy. So yeah, we have some definite good possibilities, but nobody's a shoe-in until after the babies are born and they meet and they, all of that.
And then this goes right to, I think, where you were going. Has your potential La Mancha buckling for breeding been born yet? Yes,
So,
sort of.
Well, okay,
Maybe.
2 possibilities were born. So yesterday on the way up to pick Jake up from his residential treatment place, I did get an email or a private message from the breeder, and two twin bucklings were born. So, but they're still wet. Well, they were still wet, and they're all, weird looking from being smushed in the in the uterus for the last 5 months. So I will get some dry baby pictures. I'll probably go meet them first before making any announcements. But yes, twin bucklings were born from my first choice pairing, mom and dad pairing. I have a second choice mom and dad pairing from the same breeder. And depending on what she has, we'll have some options.
And no, I don't have to pee. I'm cold. Just
I know.
the leg shakes.
My hands.
My hands are freezing. So we're going to wrap this up very soon. Like I said, short. This is why we don't do Q&A in the barn. Do you still have the plaque hanging in the barn? Chris West asked. No, it's actually not in the barn. It's in our bedroom on an end table in the corner, stacked on another top of another book.
No, it's underneath.
We have it. We have it. Unfortunately, so this plaque, we were putting villagers' names on this plaque. But the people that engraved it, it was getting too complicated and it was hard, so we couldn't keep up with it.
We have it still, though.
But we definitely still have
It's underneath the TVs that are in our room that actually stream.
What is the normal size for a baby?
Oh, a good 8-pound twins. I would love 8 every day, all day. 8-pound twins. That's what I would love. Singletons. I'd still like an 8-pound singleton too. That'd be great. I mean, that's just easy births.
Aaron, are you ready for the hurdles? I hope, so that inside joke, I had to jump some walls last year because the babies flew out. I hope,
we're hoping to
none of
not have to do that. These cats are terrorizing the dogs.
Yeah, they are. I hate to end it with so many questions and like 615 people here. I do like that other villagers are answering some questions for people, like the chat, the text phone number does only work in the US and Canada. And we do have somewhere out there. Just join the village. Subscribe, hang out in the barn for a little bit, and people will help you. We have a Facebook group. So if you're outside of US and Canada and you want to be woken up at any time, join that Facebook.
There's a messenger. Yeah. So there's a post in our Syman Says Farms live Facebook page. It's different from our normal Syman Says Farms Facebook page. So if you type in SSF Live, that's a group page. You do need to answer some questions before we can approve your request. But if you're outside of the US and Canada and you want to be added to some kind of labor alert message, you can request to join the SSF Live Facebook page. And there's a thread there. A couple people have been so nice to put together a messenger, Facebook Messenger group that will notify people any day or time of labor alerts, just like our text messaging app. So you can sign up there. So that's fantastic. Greta better not be chewing on that wire.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but
yeah.
Yeah, I see you. Oh, she knows. You're so smart.
Are you worried about any of the first-time moms delivering babies? We're worried about everyone.
I worry about all of them.
All of them.
All of them.
Yep. We are probably not checking Sadie again. We just checked her. How is Penelope doing?
I'm asking if I can share that right now, so hold on a second.
Will this live be saved? If it's less than 2 hours, I can run inside and hopefully save it.
This live?
Yeah, actually I can do.
Why do you have to save it?
Well, unless I just. Oh, you're right. If I just.
It's just gonna end and then it'll be.
Okay,
it'll
I
be
thought we
there.
were gonna let this camera stay up, but we don't need to yet, right?
No, because nobody's.
Nobody's
No.
that close. Yeah, so we'll just end it and it'll save it. Yeah.
Now here's the thing.
And we'll restart this camera, right?
Yeah. So if somebody gets super close, if we don't get this camera going, this is how we're gonna. Bear with us. Okay, we've got the camera that's going over stalls 1, 2, and 3. Moo,
I can't get this to turn.
Charlotte, and Sadie. Then we've got the camera over there that's shooting Gen Pop. So you can watch maternity ward and like ladies in waiting over there.
My hand.
This camera, we're gonna shut off after we're done Q&A.
Which then should save this Q&A. And then I'll post it so you guys can go watch it again, or if you came in late, you can rewind and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So if I know the ligaments are loose and she's in her 12-hour window, we are going to pop this camera on, get you guys closer eyes on that specific mom. And then as she starts pushing, you come off the wall, right down into the stall, and watch the whole process as I'm sitting there with her.
Hopefully I have a couple minutes to turn the camera on and get it going, which it doesn't take long.
But
to
my point though,
right,
if it's already going because we know she's in the 12-hour window, it's already going.
It's already going.
So just tune into this cam.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the plan. But if that doesn't happen, ideally, we love plans, but we have to always have a backup plan. You'll know with the text alert and just the general activity going on that this is going to be the birthing cam.
I don't know what that says, but that's a lot of hearts.
There's a lot of hearts.
Yeah.
We took that emoji thing down.
Yeah, we took the emoji. Nightbot let you get away with that. I don't even know what it says. Okay, keep going.
Okay, so somebody asked a question about Penelope, and I just have to go ahead from Angie that I can share that news. So Penelope was one of our babies. Actually, it was Poppy's daughter. Poppy's only daughter. Poppy's only baby. She was pregnant last year. She had Toby. Penelope, that is. Penelope lives over at Angie's house. Angie is my best friend, for those of you who are new. Right down the road, maybe a mile. And she lives there with a couple of our other babies that were born over the last 2 years. And Penelope was pregnant this year. She came over for a hot date with our buck and got herself knocked up. And then at 113 days pregnant, she miscarried the babies. This was 3 weeks ago tomorrow. There's these.
Keep going.
So yeah, 3 weeks ago tomorrow, she miscarried the babies, and we didn't know why. We had no idea. So, Dr. Kara came over her house and helped out with that and took some blood work to see kind of what happened, what caused the miscarriage, if we could even figure out what caused the miscarriage, because sometimes you just don't get answers. But we tried, and the blood work just came back this week that Penelope was in fact bit by a mosquito carrying Cache Valley virus. So
we've talked a lot. We actually never did a Cache Valley virus video.
We've talked a lot about Cache Valley and how it's affected animals in New England, but specifically ours. We've had Cache Valley at our farm 2 years ago with Moo and Rainy's babies. We've had Cache Valley 6 years ago with Danica's babies, and possibly Poppy was a Cache Valley baby. That was not confirmed, but my suspicions are that Poppy was the result of a Cache Valley baby. She was a Cache Valley baby.
Right.
We can definitely go into more detail about Cache Valley at a later date, but I mean, my feet are starting to go numb,
and the dogs are going crazy.
He has like no insulation.
Yeah.
For somebody who, you know, has a lot of insulation, he's very cold all the time.
Yeah, it's hands. My hands get raw and cold all the time, and I don't know why. And I don't wear gloves because they get in the way with all the work we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not good news that it's Cache Valley, but it is good news in that
That's something we're aware of.
Something that can be worked with.
See this? Oh my gosh, Piper. We're kind of in the middle of something. Oh, I just keep going, sort of.
She's crazy. She's crazy. She's like a naughty toddler.
She might be for sale.
Naughty toddler. So that's what happened with Penelope's twins. Yeah, it sends us into this very nerve-wracking time of are we going to run into any issues with Cache Valley this year?
Oh my gosh, you're so heavy.
It's something that I'm hoping we don't. I'm hoping a lot of our girls already have immunity to it and won't be reinfected and won't have issues with their babies. I'm hoping that Penelope, moving forward, won't have any more issues with her pregnancies. The science isn't really there yet. We don't know. A lot of the research hasn't been done for goats. That is the frustrating part about goats, is that scientists don't really spend a lot of time doing much research on them. So if you're not a cow and you're not a horse, you don't get a lot of research done on you. It's aggravating, and I wish they would work on a vaccine, because I would definitely be buying a stock load of them. So yeah.
Yeah.
But
so with that news, we're excited for kidding season. We're gonna shut this camera down because these dogs are crazy and I'm freezing.
Yeah. And it's time to go warm up.
You could jump back into the other 2 cams that are live.
Yep.
And we will see you out here as soon as either a mom starts pushing
or tomorrow morning.
Or tomorrow's breakfast. Yep, and we're building a whole new kidding pen tomorrow back there. So we're going to...
Actually,
3 technically. And then maybe we'll show you what they look like in a later video at some point on the other family channel. So, that's where that video would go.
So definitely we're keeping...
Oh my gosh, Piper.
We're keeping close eyes on Sadie, followed by Charlotte, then Moo. At this point, that's been my trifecta. People have been taking bets, and they asked me, and that's what I said. I said Sadie, Charlotte, Moo. Yeah. So it's looking like it's that order right now, but anything can change. It's still pretty early, except for Charlotte. It's her due date tomorrow. So, and then Sadie enters her window on Monday.
Yep.
So it's going to be a close race.
Jace really wants a baby to happen before he goes home.
Jace really wants a baby to be born before he goes home, and he goes home on Tuesday.
Yep. So he'll be here for a while. So I think he'll get that. Yes. Yeah.
I think Sadie, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. You don't want to jinx it.
I don't.
All right, I'm closing. I'm shutting it down.
We're going to get warmed up. Thank you guys for coming. See y'all in the other 2 cams.